Another book?
Illustrations by me.
So I'm on a roll, or a bagel, or a croissant, whatever it is that you like to have. That's what I'm on. And I've finished another book. I don't know, I'm just going through them pretty quickly at this. I mean, for me, quickly. This one took from like August of 2022 to April of 2023. That's very quick for me for a sketchbook because I have so many of them and I just keep using different ones. I just flew through this one. It was wonderful. We're going to go through some of those drawings and I'll give you my thoughts on something. I don't know. Whatever it is. All right, let's get into it. Okay, so this book took me from August 13th of 2022 to April 7th of 2023 to finish this. As stated before, it has the Canson Heritage Hot Press watercolor paper. So this is a very tricky paper. I just want to show you on this first piece, which is just some random things. This is all neurographic all through here, here. I just did a little separation here, and that was the only thing that was not the part of the neurographic drawing, but all the rest of it was, and then I just made shapes with it. Here's the thing with this paper, it's not double-sided. It's definitely a one-sided paper so that you have to use the right side. If you use the wrong side, it'll look terrible. And everyone who's reviewed this paper, if they've used the wrong side, they say, oh, this is terrible paper, it doesn't work right. No, it does, you just use the wrong side. So you can see here there's some splotchiness all throughout here. And I think I used the wrong side. Even in here there's a little bit of splotchiness. It was the wrong side of the paper. I should have used the back of the paper. But even though I did that, I really enjoyed this. I think this book has the best art in it that I've done as far as what I'm happy with. I think this is some of the best art that I've done in a while. Okay, so this one reminded me of, it was a root, but I think there was something similar in someone else's book that I saw. And then I was going through tree roots on, I think it was Pixabay, and I found something very similar to this, and it looks just like, it's similar. It's not the same, but it's similar. And I just wanted to give it like a creepy feel, so I put the little, I know, I said mention the creepy stuff in the other, don't worry about that. But anyway, I put little like ribs or lungs or whatever you want to call that over here and just made it look a little bit more organic as far as maybe fleshy organic instead of just a tree root or something like that. That's what I did here. Okay, so I love this drawing. It is one of my favorite ones in the book, and I just went through and I used like a heavy dark black outline, but I also used water-soluble ink to create this, and then I just went back over with a little water brush and just hit certain areas to bring out some of the color into the drawing. I absolutely love this, and it sparked a couple more drawings in this book that are this way. Okay, so here's more of that fibrous drawing that I was doing, like that muscle fiber. You can kind of see that in there, and I just filled a page with it and just wanted to see what it would look like. And I enjoyed it. I enjoy doing these. I don't know why. It's just something new that I started doing, and I like it. Okay, so this one here, I did this, and then I put an eye here. I don't know why. I look at this in 2022. I don't think it was that long ago. For some reason in my head, it doesn't seem, it just seems like it was just a few weeks ago, but obviously it wasn't. It was a while ago. But I enjoy drawing like this, and I wanted to put a little point of interest in it, so I put this little eye right here. Okay, so this drawing is very similar to the other drawing and to the drawings I sent to the patrons over on Patreon, but something I did a little different. Instead of bringing out the color inside here, I did this all with a waterproof black ink, and then I just put some color in it afterwards, colored the ground a little bit, and then I put this weird purpley bluish like shadow that's popping off the sides. It's one of my favorite things that I did to something like this. I really enjoyed doing that. I'm going to do more of these in the future for sure. I don't really know what this is. It's just some kind of, maybe some plant in the desert or somewhere growing, but it has these weird red things that could be, I don't know. I don't know what it is, but I enjoyed it. Okay, here's more of that muscle fiber abstract drawing, but this time I put the eye in and I had it coming in off the page and kind of melding with this other piece that's here. I don't know. But anyway, I like this piece. And they're just fun to do. If you don't know what to do, you just throw some color on a page, give it some texture, and it's just fun. This one, I just wanted to hype up the contrast a little bit more. So I did something similar, not really the muscle fiber thing. I just put a lot of hash marks in here. And then I went around with a thick border and I thickened up some of the lines in between here. Just gave it a little bit more contrast, and I liked it. I enjoyed this one. Okay, so this one I wanted to do something a little different. I wanted to do some color, do an abstract, but then I put this weird, like if you see this thing here that kind of goes up here, and then the underbelly is like a weird, almost like that's a creature. It's some kind, it's alive or fleshy, or I don't really know. And then there are these little things here. I was gonna put an eye on this one, and then maybe like an eye over here, and make them little things, little creatures. I didn't do that though. But then I wanted to put some color pencil around the outside, and that's what I did in the background here. So I just to try something different, just to do a little something extra. So after I was very disturbed that I was drawing on 100% cotton duck, I wanted to come up with a new duck species to honor the ducks that I had defaced. So anyway, this is a new duck species. The code name was the Elvis duck. That's what this little hair thing is here. And it's a female though. You can tell from the exterior, the outer bill here, the lips, that it's the female, and we call this the Peggy Sue. So anyway, this was just, I was just messing around with this and was having some fun. Okay, well this one is me testing out some new pens and some new inks. And I did like doing this. There's not as much contrast as I would have liked. I should have put some black in here or something. But I wanted to just use the inks that I had. So even the thicker spots where there should have been more contrast are just brighter. There's not really more contrast there. There is some darker color with this red, which I really like that color. But it was something a little different in this book. I had done these things before, but I hadn't done something like this in this book. So I wanted to put it in here. And here we are back to that muscle fiber-like drawing. But this one was inspired by Mad Balls. If you remember those from a long time ago, when I was a kid, I had a couple of these Mad Balls. And so I put these two eyes and the nose and the mouth and just linked a bunch of stuff to it and kind of made it all fleshy. But it's fine. It was just a fun time to just lay some color down and put some lines on it. And that was fun. If you notice, I say most of my art is fun, because that's what it is for me. I just enjoy creating it. This I had seen, it's like a three-dimensional kind of, they call it like an illusion art or something like that. But again, I put a background in. I didn't want to just do the black lines on the page. So I put like a blue into purplish kind of wash in the background, like I do with the other drawings that I do. You'll see here shortly. But I did that, and then I did the drawing on top of it, and I think it came out pretty cool. It kind of, the gradations kind of move, and I think it looks nice. So this is what I was talking about. I put it's almost the same color pattern that I have in the other one. It just, there's a lot less lines, so you see more of the color in the background. But I love doing these. One of my favorite things to do is to put that wash down in the back, mix around some color and make it look nice, and then put this darker color on top. There's a Payne's Blue Gray, or sometimes I use the Payne's Blue Gray watercolor marker from Winsor & Newton, and then I put that on, and then I put either gouache, or I put a white gel pen, or I put some white pigment pen on here. This was pigment pen, but I enjoyed doing this. I love doing these kinds of drawings. It's almost like silhouette drawing. This particular one, I don't know why. I didn't do this on purpose. Towards the end, I realized that this guy looked like a little monk or something sitting on this weird planet. And there was some trees around him. And so I kind of drew him that way. When I put the white details in, I put like the hair around the edge, but he's got a bald head. And he's got like a robe or something. He's kind of sitting there staring off into the distance. But he has these shards kind of coming down all around him, and they're some of them are aimed right at his head or at his body, like they're gonna kill him. He doesn't care. He's very calm, very relaxed, and he's just kind of hanging out there. And I don't know, for some reason there's a spoon falling out of the sky, but that doesn't matter. It's just Again, these are very enjoyable to do. They're very quick to lay down. If you want to do something very quick, doing the wash in the background and letting that dry is probably the most time consuming. After that, you put in some shapes and then go over with a little bit of white, and it's pretty much done. Here's another one with a different color pattern, and again, I love these colors in the back, how they blended and how soft it looks. That's my favorite part about these drawings, is that wash in the background and how nice it looks. And then I put the stuff on top, and then I just draw the white lines. And there was a different pen that I used, and this one, some of it faded a little bit more. I thought it was going to be brighter. When I put it down, it looked brighter, and then all of a sudden it started to fade a little bit over time. So, but it's wonderful. I love doing these. Someone actually said this looked like you're laying down on your back looking up at the forest on some alien planet, but it could be. I think I like that interpretation of what it is, but I don't know exactly what it is. So this one here, I saw there was like this bark, and then there were roots coming out from under the bark, but I did a lot more than what was there. I just kept going and just putting in a lot of detail, as much as I could, some contrasted areas and things so it looks like shadows when it's coming down. And it was just something I enjoyed. It took up some time. It was kind of monochromatic, and then I added a little bit of the red in there, or the pink. It came out pink. It's that quinacridone red, which sometimes when you do it lighter, it comes out pink. So, but I think it came out great. I love this one. This was kind of a missed opportunity for me. I think what it looks like is you have all these things kind of latching onto each other, and I could have said that this is the people in our society, all different shapes, sizes, and colors, and we're kind of holding together by holding ourselves, and the world's trying to pull us apart in every direction, and that's not what this is. This is absolutely nothing. It doesn't mean anything like that. I should have made it mean something, but it doesn't, and my art doesn't mean anything to begin with. So it's just it was a fun drawing I did. And I put a little, I did the whole wash in the background. I don't like this yellow thing. I'm not a big yellow fan. I like some yellows, but only in certain contexts. Like if you ever see, there's a blackbird with a bright yellow stripe down the side. I think that looks beautiful. In my paintings, in my drawings, I usually don't use a regular yellow. I'll use like a new gamboge, like an orangey yellow, or I'll use like a yellow ochre color or something like that. But I don't like the bright yellow. It's just not for me. So this is like a dreamscape to me. I don't know. I put some masking fluid down, pulled it up, put a couple layers of extra color in there, drew around all the different colors. If you just put a base color down, while it's wet, you put some more colors down on it, and then you let it dry a little bit, then put some more colors down on it. You get this cool effect of there's so many different colors, but they're all kind of intertwined. And so I put a background in, and I did use the new gamboge here, and you can see it's glowy. When I did this, I said this is a glowy color. That's what I was trying to do. That's a word. I invented it. I'm a wordsmith. But the glowiness behind it is very nice. And then there was this mushroom thing that I wanted to put in here. So this I wanted to put in, and it's my favorite part of the whole drawing. But then I put these other little things that are kind of drawn to it, and they're all kind of going towards it. I really like this one. I'm going to do more of these because I really enjoyed this. This poor guy is just sitting here. He can't move anywhere. He's got no legs. He's got a single eye. He's got some weird kind of multiple beak mouth. He's got a baboon rear end. I don't know where that came from. But he's just kind of there. When I went to do this, I didn't set out to draw a thing. But I started up here, and as soon as I drew that first little section of that eye, I knew this was going to be some kind of creature. I didn't want to do that, but it's how it happened. But this creature has such a small brain. He's just happy to exist. Just happy to be a part of everything. And that's all. Just stays in one spot, grows out of this goo, and just exists. And that's it. And it's happy to do it. That's his job, just to exist. So recently I did this one where I said the moron who was talking about how we all have to like grasp onto creepy art because we're just all about dread and being miserable. Anyway, I did this so it has an eye there with a little nose and then a mouth that comes around, and I don't know if this is coming out of the mouth or just leaning into it. Whatever, it's just like a tree thing with this thing that could be like a jellyfish octopus thing, but it's kind of got little bits floating around on it or little bumps and grooves. I don't know. But anyway, I just did this as like a creepy thing. And that was my goal, just to make a creepy little thing. And so that's what I did. Now I used the same technique I used on that dreamscape thing. I just put some color down and then just went over with colors and just kept doing that until I saw some separations and things that I could draw with. And then I just outlined them with ink. So this was a fun one. I was experimenting with gouache. I should have used a different color. I should have made the purple all the way across and just done a little bit dark here, get lighter, and then get real dark again with the purple. I should have done that. I didn't. So some of this blends in over here. That's okay. It doesn't matter. I just wanted to show that you can just put layer after layer after layer of gouache and just blend it together and make it look the way you want. Just keep playing with it until it comes out the way that you want it. And that's what I did here, and I did really enjoy this piece. So I don't even know where this came from. I just wanted to... I put the wash down in the back, and I was like, oh, maybe I'll do again where I put the dark thing in and highlight it with the white or whatever. But then I was like, wait a minute, you know what? I have these metallic pens, these metallic Posca paint pens, and I think it'll be fun just to put some of them on there so that when you move it, it kind of shimmers a little bit. I don't know if it still does it in this kind of light, but it'll shimmer a little bit, and I just think it looks nice. It just gives it a little bit of pop on it. That's it. But it was fun to do. It was very quick. I did this in... It was a very quick thing. I actually did it while I was watching one of the episodes of Mandalorian, and so I wasn't even paying attention to what I was doing. This is just how it came out. It was fun. I enjoyed doing it. Well, that's it. That's the end of the book, and I'm probably gonna... I want to make a sticker or something and put it on this front thing. So anyway, this is just a piece of white cardboard that I used. I don't even know what this is or where I got it, but I bound it myself, and it's held up pretty well. It's a little bit warped and the binding bent a little bit, but really this thing will last a long time. The reason that I like doing it with these books is I can put whatever paper I want in this book, and I know what paper goes in it. It's not going to be a pulp paper for sure. I'm just going to put in here some cotton watercolor paper that I want to try out and test. And that's really what this whole book was about, was testing that hot press, that Canson Heritage Hot Press. And it's good paper. This is the only one I had trouble with the splotchiness. All the other ones I think were on the right side. And so it just worked out fine. It was a lot less splotchy, at least, when I did it. Now this is not really splotchy. This is me after I put the wash down. I just put concentrated lines of color in there to do that on purpose, to make that look like that. But this is the only one where I didn't do this on purpose to make it look like that, and it still came out like that. Some of the other areas it didn't, but down here it did. So, and over here it did. So I don't know. I think I was just on the wrong side of the page. So thumbs up the video if you're like this guy here and you're just along for the ride. You're just enjoying yourself. You're having fun. You're happy to be a part of everything that's going on. And you'll move forward at your own speed, but not very fast. Because, well, he can't move. You can. You can move forward. He can't move forward. He's kind of just stuck there. But he doesn't mind. He's fine. He's looking around. He's enjoying it all. Well, that's about it for me. I'm going to go. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.